ここまでの物語はいかがですか?
Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko, When They Cry. Last time we had the completion of Karon's task in killing Rosa, but Maria showed up, she got real angry, real angry. Karon was not expecting that, so Shano came in for the save with her shield, which wasn't directed at Maria, so it was allowed, which again, you know, what are you going to interpret from that? I wonder. But she expanded her shield all the way over to the edge of the barrier that Maria herself created, crushing her, killing her as well. So Kanon and Shana have done their duties, they've killed Rosa and Maria. Then we move on to Chick Beato doing her job in killing Nazi. She got a little bit by Spirit Mirror, which I now realize might just be so effective on Chick Beato because of her multiple personality disorder that I theorized is going on, which again is contributing to my theory, if that is correct, that the Spirit Mirror is working on her like that. But also confirmation bias. The Spirit Mirror can mean something completely different, and that's why, like I mentioned a couple parts ago, I gotta watch out for confirmation bias. I can't just stick to narrow down to one single theory and say this theory has to be true and nothing else can be true. You know what I mean? I have to be open for different ideas. So again, the Spirit Mirror may not mean that. Anyway, moving on. Chick Beato succeeded, although she did need a little help from Lucifer and Battler, but the Zepar and Furfur allowed it. So there you go, it's allowed. You know, Chick Beato did her job. Then Battler shows up. He's also started to he's also now a contender in this game of love, this trial of love. So we officially have 6 contenders, which would mean we get 6 murders for the first Twilight, right? 5 people have murdered people so far. Battler has also claimed that he's done with his first Twilight murder. Zephyr and Furfur have gone to check it out. So yeah, and since then we're back to Hachijo Toya, or Featherine, talking to Angie, which might mean that the fact that we're in the human world and not in the magic world with Featherine, we're here with Hachijo Toya, makes me think that Amakusa could be here as well. Might see an Amakusa scene. So yeah, let's keep reading. What do you think of the tale so far? When suddenly asked this question, Angie immediately came to her senses. Then, realizing she had become immersed in this woman's tale, she felt a bit defeated and tried to look displeased. Amakusa clapped his hands as though he'd been outsmarted. Oh, shut up, Amakusa, you definitely noticed. There's no way you didn't notice that was the first Twilight linings. Come on now, Amakusa. Even though he'd figured it out before me, he played the fool. Exactly. I mean, yeah. Oh, I didn't realize. Shut up, bro. Shut up. I mean, I feel like that was easy to figure out from the very beginning of this whole love trial thing. That okay, all right, the first Twilight murders are going on. Okay, I was wondering who's going to be a 6, if Battle was actually going to be a contender or not. Amakusa acting like he's been outsmarted is, come on, that's an L, bro. You're not outsmarted.
愛し合う恋人たちの数がたまたま6人だっただけのこと。それが第一の番とうまく合致したのは偶然半分、様式美半分。その方が運命的で面白い。
Okay.
人間は無意味な2つの事象を無理やり関連づけようとする悪癖がある。
Is the writer trying to tell us something?
それを運命的と読み解かせるのが読み物の騙しでしょ。
Is a trick of books. But you're right. Humans, I've said this before actually, Umineko, way before Andy's ever said this, and that is humans, this is a skill, but it's also a downside. It is good a lot of the times, but it's not all, it doesn't always come to our advantage, where we're good at, or we're very we have this habit of trying to connect things together, and a lot of times it's good because that means we notice patterns really quickly, you know, or we notice these patterns that we might not notice earlier, which is a good thing, right? And it does help us out in a lot of situations. Of course, it definitely helped us humans a lot before, but it has its downside where we connect to things that have nothing to do with each other, but because they have this correlation, we think, that means there's a causation there too. And it's an easy blunder to fall in. I'm sure we've all fallen into it before. So even when I'm making my theories, right, I gotta watch out for that too, right? Not just confirmation bias, but also gotta watch out to not connect two things that may not necessarily be connected together. For example, you know, I said that 19 years ago we have the baby with Nazi. That happened 19 years ago, right? The Nazi killing the baby. She confessed that in episode 5, right? But so that was one thing. There was another thing that was connected 19 years ago, and that was Beato. The previous Beato's death, right? The Beato that was killed by Rosa. That also happened 19 years ago, right? I theorize that maybe these two events are connected, but it don't have to be. Maybe it's just a coincidence that, hey, you know, Nazi threw a baby off a cliff 19 years ago, the baby that she was given by Kenzo, while simultaneously, Beato was killed off by Rosa, right? The you know, in episode 3, we saw that in episode 3, Beato fell off the cliff. The Beato from 1967, so the second generation Beato, right? She fell off the cliff. Rosa saw that happen, right? That event could be completely not correlated. It doesn't have to be correlated with the event of Nazi throwing a baby out the cliff. They just be completely disconnected, right? But because, you know, I'm a human, you know, I make that connection that, okay, maybe they both happened 19 years ago, maybe there's a connection. 1967 might be an important year, or it might not be an important year. I don't know. Is 1967 an important year? I don't know. But it is the year where... Actually, I'm not going to say that. But, okay, yeah. So, there might be a connection, there might not be a connection. But I don't want to fall completely into the trap, so I'm not going to automatically... I want to keep it in the back of my mind that they happen in the same year, but I'm not going to automatically think and try to connect everything in a way so that they have to be connected somehow, if that makes sense. I'm not going to force these two events to connect. The Rosa killing Beato and Nazi killing off the baby. I'm not going to try to connect those two together just because they must be connected because they both happened 19 years ago. So yeah. I'll be watching out for that. But I'll still remember that's the case, right?
お嬢はディスティニーとかミラクルとかそういうのに冷たいタイプらしいですな。
UFO と同じよ。誰もが知ってるけど、誰も見たことないものだわ。
そいつはクールな例えだ。
と、いつもの私なら、愛だの幻想だのは、ミステリーには不要な、無駄なシーンねとばっさり行きたいところだけど。
In theory, sure, but at this point, Umineko has become a bigger thing than just a mystery story, to be honest. And also, I don't know about illusions, but love at this point is crucial in understanding why the culprit is a culprit to begin with, why the culprit is killing people, right? Because, sure, I guess in a lot of mystery stories, I guess, you know, you just look at how they did it and who did it and, you know, right? But maybe you don't look too deeply into the why they did it, but I feel like at this stage in Umineko, we have to think about the why they did it, right? So, love is not unnecessary. Absolutely not.
それはお好みさんに否定されたわ。
I'm gonna disagree with that too. Back when Okonogi disagreed with that in episode 4, I don't feel like I understood things the way I did now. I didn't completely understand why Okonogi disagreed with that. I think. Something like that. But now I can see what Okonogi was talking about. Even though I do think Okonogi is planning to kill you, Angie, by the way. I think Okonogi and Amakusa are working together to kill you. I think that's what happened in episode 4. But okay, I'll leave it there.
そういう愛のない見方だけでは真実に迫れないってね。
ああ、お好みの旦那の殺し文句ですかい?
You thought love the truth cannot be seen? That's not just Okonogi's phrase, bro. Every frigging character in this entire visual novel has said it 10 times at least so far. No, that's an exaggeration. But you get what I mean. We've heard that quote so many times now.
愛がなければ見えない。
You thought love cannot be seen. Yeah, we've seen this quote so much now, so we're well acquainted with it.
それそれ。人の家族を物語の中で勝手に殺すことに対する怒りは置いておいて、あえてこの物語を書いた八条先生に敬意を表して言うなら、その描写には意味があることになる。何しろこれだけの文章量を割いて散々アイダの試練だと語ってる。
Exactly. Battler, as the game master, chose to show us all that. And Featherween wrote that, I guess.
つまりこれがこの物語のテーマでありキーワードだってことになるわ。
Yes, thank you for these hints, Angie.
おや、赤インク以外で書いた文字は全て読むに値しないとまで言い切る御人も多いというのに。
Erika Furudo, what you think?
光栄なるかな、人の子よ。黒い文字も読んでくれて。
That you have read the black letters as well. Well, they're white letters to me. I'm reading white right now. It's a black background though. But I guess Angie's reading a white book with black letters, so we differ. But hey, it's the same anyway.
物語は書き手が何かを伝えるために書くものよ。
This is true?
そしてそれはどういうわけか、直接書いたら仏水という奥ゆかしい面倒な作法がある。愛がなければ真実に至れない云々という描写はこれまでの作品にも品質するわ。それがこの新作ではさらに顕著。書き手が一番伝えたくて考えてほしいのはそれってことになるわ。
Feels like Featherween is almost like a self-insert character for the writer of Umineko itself. Right. Yeah, I'm Featherween. Come on, child of man, try figuring it out. Thinking about it, there have been many scenes about love since Beato first appeared. There have. They really have. Since episode 2, there have been so many. I just didn't properly clock them until around the end of episode 4. That okay, you know, this is a big theme. I didn't clock that until the end of episode 4. Before episode 4, I took them to mind and I kinda went with it, but I still thought it's a murder mystery, right? But yeah, nah. Even when she first appeared before Shannon, exactly. She spoke clearly about how love was the single element of the world. I remember that. I even mentioned this in a comment recently. Someone asked me about why the math scenes in Umineko are so important. I bet you're listening to me saying this as well. So, yeah, someone asked me why the math scenes in Umineko are so important. I didn't really have a proper answer. I thought about it for a while. I sat there for 5 minutes thinking, why are the math scenes specifically, you know, what purpose do they have? Especially because Kitty has been basically the only character involved in all of them, other than the Cross and Goat one. But I mean, Kitty was there in that one too. So I kept thinking, and one thought that my mind had was that I remember Beato saying that love was a single element of the world, which is now being repeated to us by Angie, thankfully. I remember just thinking that, alright, well, math is also a pretty important element of the world, right? But if love is a single element, then is math love? Are they connected? Is there a relation there? I wasn't really too sure, so... But yes, Beata did say that before, clearly. And the golden butterfly brooch she gave her was also an item for love. She said that she enjoyed sowing seeds of love and watching complications arise. And when Shannon stopped borrowing her power, the reason for her argument was also love. After Beata's interactions with Battler started up in full, scenes about love were toned down for a while. Yeah! But the without love it cannot be seen the finish of magic was mentioned repeatedly. It's true. It is true. I feel like somewhere in the arguments between Battler and Beato, I lost the whole concept of remembering that love is an important aspect of what's going on in the story. And I definitely feel like that came to a detriment. But I feel like at the same time, the visual novel did that on purpose to make me steer to the wrong path and make me think differently than how I should to get the correct answer. But now that we're in the answer arcs, the visual novel is trying to steer me back to, hey, remember this, should do it like this. But back then I was very focused in trying to solve the mysteries, and I still am. I mean, it's not like that's gone away. But yeah. Then in the tale right before this one, where Beto had become like a doll, the scenes shown made it seem almost as though Battler and Beto accepted each other as adversaries, or possibly something more. I mean, you know what I mean? And then the romance between them started, which I feel like a lot of people would have seen coming from way earlier on, and I bet I'm in the 1 percentile of people that figure out the latest that there was a romantic thing going on between them or set up between them, right? I bet most people figured out by episode 2, episode 3. I didn't figure out until late episode 4 that, wait a minute, wait, is there some love being set up here? The way they're talking at Tea Party especially, I was thinking, is there some romance being set up here? I wasn't expecting it at all. And episode 5 basically confirmed that for me, that Battler and Beto, they really got something going on. But before episode 5, I didn't see that at all. In episode 4, I started seeing it. Episode 2 and 3 didn't see it at all. I saw Beto as an enemy. At no point did I feel the sort of sympathy that would make me think, oh yeah, Battler's in love with her. Or something like that. And to be fair, I still don't understand Battler's reasons for liking her so much. But yeah. In the end, Battler regained some kind of memory, and his impression of Beto underwent a complete change. That's what I mean, and that is the exact memory I need to understand Beto, right? Because I don't understand what memory Battler unlocked. I don't understand why he likes her so much to the point where some romantic feelings started off. I don't get that. But okay. And then there's this game. From the beginning and throughout, the word love has been repeated over and over again. And Battler is the game master, so he's showing us this.
あなたが書いた物語は愛が何度も繰り返される。でもそれはマリアお姉ちゃんの主張でもベアトリーチェの主張でもない。八条東也の主張だわ。
そうです。それこそが私が語りたいこと。そして私なりの答えなのです。
答え？じゃあつまり12年前の事件は全ておかしな悪魔の愛の試練で引き起こされたと？
Or maybe that's just her interpretation of it.
バカバカしい。私はあんたの恋愛小説を読みにここまで来たんじゃないわ。私が知りたいのはあんたが至ったと自称する真実よ。
Then try to understand what she's communicating, Angie. I don't like the way you're calling this ridiculous, Angie. I think if you want to understand the truth, we should understand what she's trying to communicate with the whole romance novel that you're claiming this is. I mean, I guess it is, but you know what I mean.
愚かなるかな人の子よ。これだけ文章を割いてまだ伝わらないというのですか。
With an obviously condescending gaze, Hachijo shrugged. It was clear that she was trying to provoke Angie. She was probably hinting, if you can't stand talking with me, you can get out. Perhaps even, if you're going to read my noble work and fail to understand it, what's more, not even try, you can get out for that reason as well. You should try to understand. I agree with Heather Reed here, right? If you want to know her answer, then try to understand what she's trying to communicate, rather than not even try and go, give me the answer. Come on now. Because I feel like even if she knew the answer, right? If she doesn't understand this whole concept of love, then the answer won't work with her, right? It won't be satisfactory. So you gotta understand it first, and then once you properly understand it, then okay, now you deserve the answer. You know what I mean? Under normal circumstances, Angie would already have thrown a fit and left. However, Angie couldn't do that. Though she found it sickening that a stranger was playing around with her family's fate in these stories, after reading this far through her tale, she was growing increasingly certain of something else. Just as Hachijo's followers said, this tale really did have the same presence, the same scent as the tales written by Beatrice. The author was certainly different, however the tale had the same scent, because its author had arrived at the real truth. Angel was beginning to acknowledge this. Hachijo Toya was one who had reached Beatrice's truth, an endless switch like Beatrice, who could add to the endlessly stretching parallel worlds of the cat box.
ベアトリーチェの真実にたどり着いたものならば、私でなくとも新たな物語を紡げるでしょう。今回の原稿をもってきっと私以外にも真実に至るものが必ず現れる。そのものもまた新たな物語を紡ぐ資格を得るのです。
Once I reach the truth, can I make my own tale then? I want to make my own tale. I'm gonna call it Amin of the Golden Witch. No, I won't. I'm joking. What would I call my own tale? I would like to make my own tale. Because then I'll reach the truth, so then I can go, alright, guess what? I'm gonna add another truth to the cat box.
どんどん無限の魔女が増えていく。
そう。
Can I be in the switch?
そして何人もの無限の魔女たちがベアトリーチェの猫箱の物語を増やしていく。増えれば増えるほどまた新たに真実に至るものが現れる。そうすることで一番最初の無限の魔女ベアトリーチェがあれだけの枚数の手紙に物語を記してボトルに詰めて海に投じた労力が初めて報われるのです。
So same bet was the very first endless switch? What's this? I've always had the weird feeling that Featherine, that you are even older than Beato. What about predecessor Beato, Virgilia? Isn't she an endless switch before Beato? I don't get that. I feel like the visual novel's been contradicting itself here with Virgilia and Beato. I don't get it. How is Beato the first endless switch? What about Virgilia? What if Kumasawa is the first endless switch? Because of course I have my theory that Kumasawa is the original Beato, right? I mean, she said it herself, she's the original Beato. So I have this theory, right, that I made that I think Hachijo, not Hachijo, I think Kumasawa could be the Kinzo mistress. Now, some of you guys in the comments have some doubts on it, but I don't think it's all bad, and I think it is one way to explain. I understand the doubts, but I do think it's one way to explain what's been going on with these different Beatos, right? I think, yeah. Although I don't know the full story, that's the thing. It's hard to hear out the full story, but yeah. I understand the doubts, but
あなたは私に怒りの言葉をぶつけ、席を立つこともできた。しかしそれをしませんでした。なぜ？
悔しいけれど、あんたの物語の中に何かの真相、もしくはヒントがあることを認めつつあるからよ。
I already have my own ideas. However, that's no more than looking with a single eye. Unless I accept a different viewpoint from my own and look at things from more than one angle, I'll never be able to see the truth in 3 dimensions. That's my interpretation of without love, it cannot be seen.
それでよい、人の子よ。後ろ宮家の最後の生き残りであるあなたが真実に至り、無限の魔女になることを運命も待ち望んでいるでしょう。私という存在など、あなたという真の継承者を覚醒させるためのただの道しるべに過ぎないのだから。エンジ、ベアトリーチ。
Let's go, NG! NG Beato. Sometimes I have no idea what she's saying, but I'm positive she knows something. And maybe she actually has reached the truth as she claims. To summarize, I couldn't understand the truth from just the 2 message bottles Beatrice left behind. And since then, I've been reading tale after tale of hints.
これはヒントという名の挑戦であり、挑発なわけだわ。
いかにも。
上等じゃない。あんたがたどり着いたという真実を私も掴み取ってやるわ。やはり私はここに訪れるべきだったんだわ。
その通り、未だ至れぬから私が招いたのです。人の子よ。
その通り。But the truth I see and the truth you see overlap. Just as you see things with a single eye, so do I. And now that I've found you for the first time, I too will be able to see the truth with both eyes. Good morning.
ようやく第一の番が起こりましたね。つくづく眠い展開でした。
片目に目やにがついてるぜ。
どこに？いい加減なこと言わないでください。
Wait a minute. You have to sleep in your eye. Okay, yeah, I didn't read that wrong. What?
片目に目やにがついてるぜ。
Oops, I didn't mean to say. I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
お望み通り始めるぜ。まずは第一の番だ。
Red truth time. Glass break time. Okay. Fair enough. What chapter are we on? Visiting the crime scenes. Sunday, October 5th, 1986. 1 a.m. 11 minutes. 111. Erika's dozing off on the bed, so when a knock sounded on the door, it took some time before she noticed. She looked at the clock and saw that not much time had passed since she had lain down.
はい、どちら様ですか？こんな時間に探偵の部屋をノックするからには相応の理由はあるんですよね。
Knock, knock, knocking on the detective's door.
そうだ、今回のゲームを始める前に一つ宣言があります。
Go on then.
ああ、例の探偵宣言とやらか。好きにするがいいぜ。
いいえ、その逆です。勝負のレートを上げようということです。
勝負のレートとは？
The seven stakes?
何？
Lucifer, here! Leviathan, here! Satan, here! Belfigure, here! What was next? Mammon, here! Beelzebub here, and then Asmodeus. I think I got them right in order there. I could be wrong by about one or two of them, but I think that's the order.
面白そうなこと言い出すじゃない。
Oh, sorry. Beelzebub, I'm hungry!
どういうことよ？簡単な話よ。
Wait, does that mean Lambda Delta has reached the truth, by the way, y'all? Right? Because Lambda Delta was the game master, and to be game master, you have to understand the truth of the tale. So Lambda Delta's reached the truth, and then she's still a piece of crap?
前回のゲームはバトルが1本取ったわ。だから今回エリカが1本を取ってもイーブンにしかならない。
前回のゲームは引き分けだったのでは？
勝って当たり前のゲームを落としたのよ。あんなの負けでなくてなんだというのよ。ねえ、エリカ。
Erika?
はい、我が主。私が無様を晒さなければ勝てて当然のゲームでした。
And you think you can win this game?
はは、なるほど。
You'll never win this game if you don't have love, alright? Come on now.
つまり今回わざと探偵宣言を出さないことでわざと不利に戦い、それでも勝ってみせちゃって前回の負けを帳消しどころか大逆転にしようって魂胆ね。
バトラさんの渾身のゲームにそんなおかしなハンデをつけて戦うなんて身の程知らず以前に失礼です。
そうだな。むしろ負けた時の言い訳にするための保険にすら聞こえるぜ。
Yeah, y'all better not use that as an excuse.
確かにそういう見方もあるわね。勝てば大勝利。でも負ければ言い訳可能なんてちょっとエリカ側に虫のいい話だわ。
大丈夫よ。ちゃんとかけるものは公平だわ。今回のゲームに探偵宣言なしの人間で勝てればバトラたちの魔女幻想は粉々の再起不能。でも逆にエリカが負けるようならこのゴミクズ探偵は忘却の深淵に最悪のかけらと一緒にぶち込んでやるの。
I'm going to hurl that garbage detective. Erika, there's a lot of pressure on you now.
ね、公平でしょ。探偵という超人でなくただの人間が魔女幻想を打ち破るという最高の勝利。それと引き換えに自身の破滅をかけてるわけ。私はかつてのベアトとあんたのゲームみたいにダラダラとぬるいゲームを繰り返されちゃもう退屈なわけだから。勝負のレートを上げて一気に勝負をさせるわけ。
まあ確かにそうね。今回のゲームをバトラが通しちゃったらベアとのゲームにバトラが勝利したことになりゲームは終了してしまう。ある意味逃すことのできない決戦だものね。
言い分は分かった。エリカはそれでいいのか？
ええ、もちろんです。
That's a very hesitant mochiron desu.
前回の敗北で失った主よりの信頼を取り戻すために私は自分の破滅すらもかけるのです。
お前の意志なのか？
Exactly. That mochiron desu was way too hesitant, yo. Come on, Erika. I'm trying to help you out. Hey, this is me helping you out. I have no reason to sympathize with you, but I want to help you out because I have faith in you, Erika.
どうしたのエリカ、答えてあげなさい。当然です。
Okay, yeah, okay. Alright, well, you said it. I know it's not it, but hey, I'll accept it. It's not my position. Listen, it's not my position to tell you what you've been thinking, right? It's just like the scene with Maria and Angie, right? Right? Angie said that Maria was living a bad life, it wasn't a happy life, but Maria insisted that no, this is a happy life, right? At that point, Angie would back up and be like, alright, you know what? If you think it is, then alright. You know what I mean? It's not your place to tell them how they're feeling like, right? And same thing here. I'm not gonna tell Erika how she's feeling like. If she feels like this is of her own free will, then okay. She has a right to not be okay with this, but it's up to her.
私の意思です。
It's your own way. Okay?
私は絶対に負けません。探偵宣言なんかなくてもあんたを必ず打ち破ってみせます。
バトラさ
いいだろう。お前がそうしたいというなら、その勝負を受けてやる。
If that's what you want.
ありがとうございます。受けたことを必ず後悔させてやりますから。
まあ思えばバトラだって人間側だった時はずっと探偵権限なんて便利な力は一切なかった。許されてたのは青き真実と復讐要求だけ。
And to be fair, but also, yeah, at the same time, the witch side was very lenient on Batter at the time. very, very lenient on Battler, accepting most, if not almost all, of his repetition requests, right? So, yeah, so, I feel like it's fair.
そういうこと。ある意味前回のゲームの方がアンフェアだったわけだわ。それで勝ちを落とすのだから、それは負けと全く同じ。
好きにしろ。お前が探偵宣言をしたくなったらいつでもすればいい。今はそれを保留していると理解しておく。
誰が宣言なんかするもんですか。あんた程度の相手に。
好きにしろ。
では始めなさい、二人とも。私の退屈はもう始まっているよ。
Alright, 二人とも。
お任せを、我が主。
Here we go, there's the cat smile on Erica again, once again.
必ずや魔女幻想を打ち破ってご覧に入れます。
The face she made at the very end. George and Jessica had been the ones knocking on Erica's door. George and Jessica, you see. They were asking whether Battler and Muddy had come to this room. Of course, they hadn't.
ずいぶん前に下に飲み物を取りに行くと言って降りたきり戻らないんだ。
Okay, so Maria ended up dead, and where's Battler at?
ひょっとしてエリカちゃんの部屋に来てるかなと思ってね。
来るわけないです。屋敷にでも行ったんじゃないですか。
屋敷の使用人室や食堂に電話してるんだけど誰も出なくて。
あなたたちはここにいてください。
Please stay here, you two. It seems people are dead.
私はちょっと屋敷の様子を見てきます。
I'm going to go check the mansion. It's time to take a trip to the mansion. So, okay.
危ないよ、こんな時間に。
This is relatively early to be finding out about murders. Typically, when the murders happen, when the first twilight happens, they discover the murders the morning after, right? So, interesting that Erica's already going out to explore now. So we're gonna find out the murders as early as this late into the night at 1 a.m., right? So, typically the murders are found around, 7 a.m. or whatever, when people wake up.
この閉鎖された島に不審者がいるはずもないじゃないですか。いとこ部屋とやらにいてください。何かあったら連絡しますから。ゲストハウスの使用人室の人たちにもゲストハウスを出ないように伝えてください。では。
Also tell the servants in this guest house servant room not to leave the building. Okay.
ちょっとエリカさん。
変わった子だね。
After speaking her mind and not listening to anything else, Erica dashed down the stairs and rushed outside. Off she goes!
第一の番は夜が明けてから発覚がパターンでしたが、今回は即勝負できましたか。
It looks like we've got an early fight this time. This is what I said. I thought it usually started in the morning. I agree with you. I said this a second ago. So we've got an early start, an early fight. All right.
ゲストハウスで事件が起きていないとなると、惨劇に出たのは屋敷ってことになりますね。
The stage of the tragedy is in the mansion. That is what it seems like. All right. Hopefully you got Lana with you. You got Gertrude. You got Cornelia. It's time to go. Though she had an umbrella up, Erica got drenched as she sprinted. She brashly licked the raindrops that dripped down her face. Erica was now at her most energetic. According to her memory of the previous game, the entrance to the mansion would be locked at the same time the family conference started. However, the lock wasn't done this time. Alright. Had someone unlocked it, or had the lock not been set, or had it not been possible to set the lock?
まあ考えても無駄ですね。そうなるとゲームマスターの気まぐれかもしれませんから。
No point thinking about it now. That's that might just be a whim of the game masters. As soon as she entered the entrance hall, the door to the parlor opened violently. Out of it flew Gora's large body. Okay, he flew out of there. Okay, what's wrong, Gora?
おや、こんばんは、ボーダさん。何かございましたか？
Okay, out of the parlor. So who died in the parlor? Maria and Rosa, right? That expression really is wonderfully pathetic. Just fitting for the first one to discover the crime.
どうか落ち着いてください。台風の孤島でどうやって警察と救急車が来てくれるって言うんです？どうせ電話は普通にされてるんですから落ち着いてください。
Cross and Rudolph's yells could be heard from the parlor. Their shaken appearance perfectly signified the arrival of the first twilight.
それでは死者と現場状況の再構築をお願いします。
Gora came out of the parlor, and let's see. Cross and Rudolph's yells also could be heard from the parlor. So they screamed after Gora came out. Okay. And discovering Mari and Rosa's body. Now she should be in her room. That's where she should be dead. Kitty died somewhere in the second floor hallway, or in the second floor guest room actually, because she burned over in there. Then you have whoever Batter killed, which we don't know where Batter killed, because that is that is something Zephar and Furfur are currently investigating. We don't know where that is yet. Lastly, we have the murder of Eva, which happened outside. But George did say that Gob should take care of the body and have it be in the VIP room of the mansion. So Eva's body should be in the VIP room of the mansion, right? I wonder if the family are going to investigate that room and find Eva's body there.
小休止に出た人間が戻らないので、大人たちが客前へ行ったところ、扉が内から閉ざされて開かなかった。後にわかるが、客間内の防止掛けが観音開きの扉に内側から缶抜きにされていた。
So, okay. So yeah, it's funny that I said all that about where the victims are at. Battle is probably going to reconstruct the situation right now, so we're gonna learn of where all the victims are and their locations and the situation. So let's go.
扉は内から閉ざされ、そして窓も内側から施錠と言いたいわけですね。
そういうことだ。外に回り、窓から客間内を見たところ、ローザがソファーに不自然な格好で横になり、額から血を流しているのが見えた。
From her forehead, okay?
そこでガラスを割って客間に入り、他にマリアも壁際に血まみれで倒れているのを発見した。
That seems to check out. That seems to check out correctly. Okay.
なるほど。
Interesting that Butler said Rose was lying in an unnatural position, dead. But the description when Rosa died at the end was, you know, Rosa's now been put to sleep. You know, one could look at her and think that she's sleeping eternally or something, or peacefully eternally, right? So interesting that Butler's saying it's an unnatural position now.
それは大騒ぎですね。他の現場は？
エリカが屋敷に入った時、玄関が施錠されていなかったのはこの客間を外から確認するために出入りがあった。その直前までは施錠されていたため、他にも姿を消した人間たちが屋敷内のどこかで倒れている可能性があるとして、大人たちは今屋敷中を探し回っている。
先ほど長々と見せていただいたゲロカツ妄想での犠牲者と死んだ場所は実際にも同じですか？
Long-winded future delusion of yours that you showed earlier.
同じだ。
Alright, you don't need to repeat everything, Batter. You don't need to repeat that the doors are locked, that it's a locked room, that the windows are locked. You don't need to repeat all those red truths. We get it.
客間にはローザとマリア、それから夏日が自室で、キレイがクラウスの書斎。
Cross the study, right. I said it was in the second floor room somewhere. Yes, cross the study. Eva's in the VIP room.
エヴァはバラ庭園。いいね。
Yep.
貴賓室に移動させたんでしたっけ？
She's killed in Rose Garden, then moved to the VIP room. And lastly, we have the murder that Batter pulled, but we don't know. We don't know who Batter killed and where.
そうだ。エヴァの遺体は貴賓室で見つかる。
They discovered Eva's body in the VIP room. Okay. So they checked it out eventually.
犠牲者5人ですね。おや、第一の場合には1人足りない。6人目は誰で、どこです？
Could it be one of the servants? Or is it another family member like Hideyoshi or something? Because Cross and Rudolph are alive, which is good. That means Cross survived the first Twilight. Cross and Rudolph are alive. Could the next... So the next death is either Nanjo Kumasawa, Hideyoshi, and Genji. Those are the options, realistically. Battler has to be alive, right? George and Jessica we saw are alive. Maria obviously died. And Battler needs to be alive. Shannon and Kanon should both be alive, even though they're the same person, but they both should be alive anyway. Gora, as we see right here, is alive, so... Okay, those are the options. Nanjo, Genji, Kumasawa, or Hideyoshi. Those are the options for death people. For the remaining death in the first Twilight. Chain of the stream is also set. Huh? Alright. Rudolph and Cross, both people that have died very easily in the first Twilight before, so it's good to see that they have not died in the first Twilight this time. Rudolph and Cross had brought rifles from Kinzo's prize collection. Yeah, good to see, especially Cross. Cross does not have a lot of screen time, but also Rudolph. Good to see that. Rudolph, we might be seeing more Rudolph screen time this episode. That sounds good to me. Maybe Rudolph will reveal the truth to Battler this episode? That would be hype, but we'll see. Because I want to know the truth as well. They yelled at Gora, who was carrying the bolt cutter, to cut the chain. Victims... Oh, I haven't heard Steve faction in a while. This OST has been played in a while. Victims have been found one after another at several locations inside the mansion. The men who had lost their wives searched through the mansion in a rage, looking for the culprit. This was a guest room. Wait a minute! It had previously been a room where the relatives would stay, but it hadn't been used much since the construction of the guest house. Wait a minute! Now I remember! The sixth victim! Surely it's the person that's been stuck in the room that had a chain around their neck. And they're stuck in this room and they called it very dark. It's the guest room of the mansion. That's who this person is? Right, obviously, how did I not make the connection that the last victim of the first Twilight is this person that has been stuck in this room? So who was that victim? Who was the person that we've kept seeing since the start of this episode? Going, help me, someone out there, listen to me, I can hear you talking on the other, in the dining hall or whatever. In the other room, help me, I remember that person. So who was the victim then? I can't imagine Genji would scream out like that for help. So maybe it was Kumasawa or Nanjo? I can't imagine it would be Genji screaming out like that. Kumasawa or Nanjo would make sense for me. Hideyoshi maybe. This forgotten room was locked from the inside by the chain. As soon as the chain was cut, Rudolph pushed God aside and flew into the room. There's someone on the bed, okay? Cross pushed the switch on the wall, the guest room lit up, and the figure lying on the bed came to view. What?! The goat?! But Sayo, why? Why kill the man you love? What? Ah, I did not see that coming. Ah, every time I think I got something figured out in Umineko. Every time he throws a twist at me. He's like, haha, you saw it would be one of those for psych, it's Battler! Ooh! Wow! Maybe I should have seen it coming, considering Jordan and Jessica said Battler was missing and he didn't come back, and Battler would have said something about, you know, to them if he was missing. And the fact that we kept hearing screams from a POV, from a first-person POV, which should have alarmed us to think that, okay, Battler is the one screaming out for his family to save him because he's stuck in the room, scary dark room. Maybe you should have seen it coming, but also I totally didn't see it coming. So it's not. I'm not saying that. Yeah, I did see it coming. That was wow. Okay, Battler. Okay, Battler is the 6th victim of the first Twilight. I was not expecting that. Battler killed himself then. What resolve? To kill yourself for the woman you love. That is some resolve. All right, Battler. Oh, Rudolph. You didn't even get to reveal the secrets to him. Oh, the secret of his birth. You didn't even get to reveal that, bro. I now wanted to know. Man. So, Battler must have been the one to kill himself then, right? Battler killed himself for Beto, for the girl he loves, right? Surely. Right? Wow. Rudolph crumpled to his knees and fell onto Battler's body. This is really heartbreaking. I've never seen Rudolph like this. I was not expecting this dynamic to happen. No words could console him as he cried with a mad sorrow. Rudolph also had to witness his wife die. But we didn't see Rudolph's reaction to that. Because she was in Cross's study, right? We didn't see Rudolph's reaction to Kiria's death. But now we're seeing his reaction to his own son's death. Which is it's affecting me too, because he's supposed to be me. Which is, I'm dead! I wanna stop talking the whole visual novel, everybody. I'm dead. God damn it, I'm supposed to be dead, but I have to read the visual. I have to read so we can continue. but let's act as if I'm dead, alright? From here on out, I'm dead. I can't interact with the story because I'm not human anymore. I've gone to the magic world. That's how I'm talking to y'all, because I'm dead now. In a single night, he had lost both his wife and his son. That's heartbreaking. During this time, Cross checked the window locks and the bathroom and searched the closet to find if anyone was hiding there, but he found no one.
Butler! Butler!
That's too bad, father.
お気の毒です。信じられんことだが、この部屋も密室だ。またですか？そうだ。キリエさんのいた私の書斎、ナツヒの自室、エヴァの貴賓室、ローザ親子の客間、そしてこのバトラ君の客室。全てが密室ということではないか。わけがわからん。まさか自殺だとでも言うのか。
Yes, Cross, they all just kill themselves. That's totally the solution to all these crimes. Or I guess they're not crimes. Is it illegal to kill yourself? I don't think so. So I guess maybe I mean, it can't be. It's not like you can't go to jail for it, right? I mean, even if it was illegal, there's no real punishment for it. You're dead, right? I mean, I know I'm laughing, but it's kind of messed up. Yeah, it is messed up. But I don't know if there's any law against suicide. But even if there was, what's the point of making a law against suicide, right? I mean, how is that gonna stop someone who's wants to kill themselves? That ain't stopping someone, right? So, unfortunately. I wish something like that could, though. I wish a law that would prevent, that was against suicide could prevent suicide from happening, because I don't want suicides to happen, obviously. Hey, yo, Rudolph, Dad, I didn't know you cared about me that much. I mean, obviously, come on, obviously. It is his son. It is his son. I know it's his son. It's his son. Of course he cares. Of course he cares. Yo. Come on now. It's just we've never seen Rudolph get this emotional before, I think.
おや、これは意外でした。
It is a surprise, isn't it?
まさか6人目はあなた自身とは。
たまには自分殺しも面白いもんさ。
It's more interesting to kill yourself off every now and then. Alright. Now we've really gone metal, everybody.
そして、すべての現場はいずれも密室です。魔法以外では成し得ない殺人です。
それを暴くゲームじゃないですか。すなわち魔法以外で成し得なければならない殺人というわけです。だって本当に魔法でしかできなかったらそれってゲームが成立しませんから。
Alright, so I mean, one plausible theory, right? I mean, I'm not gonna get to the theories now because at this point, theorizing is just whatever. Alright, we'll try and get more information before I start theorizing right away because we have not gotten any red truth about any of these locked rooms yet. So we could obviously all make a billion gazillion theories for how these locked room murders happen. So you know what? We shall just continue reading. Alright, we have not gotten any red truth. So alright.
面白い考え方だな。なるほど。確かに俺たちのゲームはそういうゲーム。
This game is fair. The goal is to explain, without magic, the strange crimes that the opposing side claims to have carried out using magic. If that couldn't be done, it wouldn't be a game. In other words, just as Erika said, it has to be possible to perform the murders without magic. To view it from the opposite angle, the witch side has a certain responsibility. They have to make a crime that can be reproduced with tricks and not magic. As long as the human side can't figure out those tricks, the witch side can use all kinds of magic and illusions. In other words, in order to carry out a locked-room murder with magic, it is necessary to create a crime that is possible to carry out by human hands. So from the get-go, Beato kind of loses because it's always possible to figure out in human hands. But as long as... yeah, okay.
今ならわかるわ。セールチーヤでムカつくクラスメートたちを殺せと七姉妹に命じた時、どうして彼女らにそれができなかったか。そしてマモンが言った意味が今ならわかるわ。
By now I understand. I see why when I ordered the Seven Sisters to kill my classmates back at St. Lucia, they couldn't do what I told them, and I understand the meaning of Mamo's words. Do we end this part there, ladies and gentlemen? I think we might. I think we do. So, yeah. I mean, if the murders are aren't possible, that need to be possible in human ways to be able to be constructed with magic, that would mean it's theoretically always possible to beat Beata in her game, but Beata just has to outsmart you with her magic tricks. So yeah. And to be fair, we did get that confirmed back in episode 3 when Beata sacrificed herself for me, right? For Backer. Against Eva Trice. We did get that confirmed that it could be solved in human ways, but I had to close my ears or whatever. Shut my ears so that she could do that. But yeah. But I think we end this here. I think we continue off next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry, at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. And yeah, we'll continue next time. Alright, y'all. Peace!